We knew the world wasn't ready to handle it, probably, but we gave it a shot. Me and the ladies, we had big ambitions. We had big dreams. But frankly, I don't know if maybe the Minifan world is just not progressive enough for some of the topics we were tackling. Do you think that was it, Steve?
I was really sorry to hear the end of your sexual misconduct show. I really was.
All I'll say is this. I can't comment on specifics. The ladies have decided to file suit, and that's fine. You know, if they couldn't take some of the graphic nature of some of the things I was asking them, that's fine. You know, yeah. I'm just a man who's curious. I have some questions. That's all.
I think when Kevin's talking about cleaning his wife's asshole with his tongue, it kind of made a couple people uncomfortable.
You know, people were critical of that show, but I think it had some potential. I think the Minifans have a lot of, especially a guy like you. I think you have a lot of sexual depravity and some questions that could go along with that. And I think we could have helped out. But Absolutely. It seems like the ladies were not ready for that, which is very sad.
I think in the cast that you chose, to be quite honest, I mean, you met your girlfriend through a dating app and are now dating her long term to keep her at her current residence. Right. Allison is a married woman, and Tara has been in a relationship for I think like 16 years or something like that. Yeah. So when doing a dating thing, you might want to next time expose the people to someone who's maybe been on a plethora of dates, maybe more than one in the last decade. No,
hey, you got to take a lot of swings. No, I may be the Adam Dunn of fucking. There are plenty of strikeouts, but every once in a while I'll make contact.
Fair enough.
Just keep taking those cuts. How's the YouTube world been treating you? You're all over the fucking place.
Awesome. I had an awesome time with Adam and Kevin the other day. Yeah, and Kevin the other day. That was a lot of fun.
Were you surprised to learn that that Kirk didn't know Adam was doing that beforehand? I kind of just assumed. I don't know why.
I would have assumed it as well, but yeah. I don't think it was from a place of like malice or anything.
No, not at all.
I think he was just having a good time.
Yeah,
I think he was just having a good time. But it was fun. It was the last minute show, and we were lucky enough he came on for the last I think like 5 minutes. It went off a lot better than I thought it was. I was really stressed about it leading up to it.
So it's a week of finales. This is the summer finale season. You have Menner's show wrapping up, and now last resort for anyone that doesn't know. I'm sure that people are very interested.
Sure.
We tried a dating show for 3 weeks. The girls said, probably shouldn't do this. I think it was maybe a mix of the subject matter and the fact that they were on camera for that, and also the sheer just no one seemed to want that show. I thought it was an interesting idea.
Well, I don't think people wanted a dating show per se, but I think some people like myself liked what it turned into.
Yeah.
However, I think unlike what you guys talked about today on the show, I think the ladies originally thought they were getting into an actual dating show.
Real serious advice.
Like serious, like buy flowers, not make sure you shave your bush before you go on your first date. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I want to eat ass. How do I convince my wife?
But yeah, I think that's where it might have took a turn, Michael.
Very, very likely. We're going to take some calls in a second here. So line up, folks. Justin is ready at the helm. But how has your life been improved since the Kirk Minahan show has returned?
I love the fact that the show is back. Kind of brings a little bit more normalcy to the day, especially for me, because usually when the show downloads, it means the end of my workday is coming. Mm-hmm. So for me, I appreciate it. I'm glad the show's back. I wouldn't have it any other way. But just so you know, did you watch the replay by chance of your show of Mike and the Minifans from the other day?
Did I watch it back?
Yeah. Did you watch any parts of it back?
I watched a little bit of Kirk and Turtle Boy just because I was looking for a few things, but that's about it.
Did you by chance, something that was glossed over big time, did you notice that when Steve popped up on camera, he looked like he just got done like raiding all the copper piping out of abandoned buildings? Like, did you notice what he was wearing?
Maybe he did. We got him on his off hours.
Jesus
he's like Batman. He just appears when you need him.
Jesus Christ.
Who am I to ask what he was doing?
I was like, what the fuck is this guy up to? But yeah, so tomorrow, as far as like breaks and stuff, so tomorrow we're not doing an OG show. We're taking a day off from that, which isn't like a big deal for the. I think it only gets like a couple hundred downloads, but
the people who watch it seem to love it, and I'm one of them.
Some people, yeah, and like this made me laugh. So I asked TJ and Tim and RA if they minded, and TJ, his response was, "I think I've saturated my market, so I could probably use a week off." And I was like, what market do you have?
We were just talking about this. Justin mentioned before we started. Justin goes, "Hey, watch out! Just so you guys know, you're competing against TJ opening packs of baseball cards on Periscope." Is his? He has no intention of like. Does he think that's going to be a big show? It could be. It's no more. Before I start, because people get very sensitive in the comments. I realize it's no more ridiculous than anything I do on YouTube or Periscope.
Sure.
But I'm just curious TJ's endgame with that.
Well, I think that it's something that he likes doing. There's a few people like myself. I personally just like watching him mispronounce the names of the players. But it's just something that he likes doing. He would open up the packs anyway. So I think he just said, you know what, if 5 or 6 people or 10, whatever, enjoy it, I'm just going to do it. He doesn't care.
I would like that to be become the next big thing, like Portnoy trading stocks.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of just watching him do that. I would like TJ to start doing like 12-hour periscopes, and they get huge, like they get thousands of views.
Absolutely.
It takes over.
Now, just so you know, I don't know if you want to do it now, if you want to do it later. I did reach out because I know there's been a couple YouTube woes for yourself. Mm-hmm. I did reach out to 4 people and got their suggestions as far as comments as far as you on YouTube. So if you can do it now, you can do it later.
Let's hear them, and then maybe some of the callers will add to the list. So yeah, let's hear them.
Okay, so Ari Menahan said, can he do anything other than do something while sitting on his ass for 30 minutes?
What do you mean it's a show? I don't understand that one.
Well, maybe they want you to do something else. Robinson B&B said, a little more production than having Albert press record and him just opening up his cock holster. BA said you should start drinking. At least it would give you an excuse. Right. And Gig said you're fucked. So some good
Steve, I don't know if this was advice per se.
It was critical comments.
I'll address the one that was advice. Other than me sitting, should I be on a bike while I'm doing a show? Should I be kayaking or what physical activities does he want me to be doing?
I think people want you to do something. Want you to do something.
But that's tough during a show, you understand.
Well, maybe you could do some kind of show that involved other than you talking.
Maybe, you know what I mean? Steve, maybe I will.
Maybe something else.
Maybe I will.
Only thing I'll say, the only suggestion, only little trinket that I'll give you is 1992 Dan versus Dave. I don't know if you ever heard about that. That's all I'm going to give you. Dan versus Dave.
I'll look into it. 1992. I'll have to do some research. All right.
I think that, and you'll when you look at it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. Fire up the phone lines, Justin. But before we get into that, Steve, I'm curious of what you thought of Brandon Walker today, because being in the room, it just felt very weird. I didn't understand what he was doing. But what did you guys think of it as listeners?
As a listener, I thought that he thought that Kirk was playing around. And I think that he doesn't know the difference between himself and like Kevin or Big Cat making comments in a way. And then I think he thought he was going to come on and it was going to be strictly like, I guess like you guys said, like a script, like something like set beforehand.
Yeah.
And he just, you could tell at times he was getting mad. And the best part about when he gets mad, he starts stuttering. And I liked it. I liked it. But you
might be right in the sense that he might have thought it was going to be friendlier, like, hey, we're going to argue, but at the end of the day, we're buddies. Maybe he thought it was something like that.
What was it, Caucasian Hill? Was that what?
Caucasian Hill, yes.
Caucasian Hill. Nice. Very nice.
What's up, caller?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
I think every show on YouTube competes with TJ opening packs of cards because he pretty much does it all day. But I'm sorry to hear about Last Resort. I'm sorry to hear the ladies are backing out. Have you thought about contacting Sophia Franklin? She's out of a job. That's kind of her lane.
That's interesting. It's funny you say that because a lot of people say this is the saddest breaking up of a podcast since Call Her Daddy. So that might be a good idea. That might be smart.
Maybe it's destiny for you two to meet up.
I think you're on the right track, friend.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be some kind of middle ladies show for the horny Minifans. I know Menners is probably going to be devastated.
The void I was trying to fill. If nothing else, I think my show kept those guys off the streets for a half an hour a week. And I think
it's probably good for the community.
Yeah. Anything else, buddy?
Yeah, I heard you talking about YouTube show ideas that involve you doing something other than just sitting there.
Yeah.
Maybe you just lean into the low-hanging fruit and just do videos of you eating food or trying to tweet on your phone. Then you get the haters watching.
Just for an hour of me doing that. I like that.
Yeah,
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, or maybe have you thought about starting up an OnlyFans, monetizing?
Now that I like. And that, again, we're staying on the right train of thought here. It replaces Last Resort. So I like, this guy is full of ideas. This guy is in the running for second producer with Justin.
Yeah, but with
I love it.
With that OnlyFans, sorry, Cole, isn't that like when girls show their box on camera? Isn't that pretty much what that is?
Well, Steve, sexuality is a spectrum, as you've learned on my program, and it doesn't have to be girls. It could be men opening different orifices as well.
I don't want to see you open up your box on camera, to be completely honest with you.
Well, don't subscribe then. What can I tell you?
Fair enough.
A guy's got to make some money.
Fair enough.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, that's one way to go. I would certainly it'd be interesting to see if I made a few bucks off that.
Sure, I'm sure you would. Initially, I think that would dry out as quickly as your.
I'll tell you who I would get is TJ, Gig. Anyone who wants to make memes or gifs of me. That would be my audience.
That's about it.
What's up, caller?
Yeah, I'd like Mike. Would you be interested in doing any mukbang videos where I just sit here and watch you eat? I'd love to see that.
It's the leader in the clubhouse right now.
You know what mukbang is?
I'm not familiar with the term. No, I could probably.
It's when these Korean people just sit there and eat, and you just stare at them eating.
I think I'd be a formidable opponent.
Tell that rat co-host you can find another co-host for the OG show.
Oh, that's fucking TJ, that fat fuck.
Was he hurt by the baseball cards coming?
He's mad at me because I asked him if we could take a day off, and then I told him that I was coming on with you tonight. So he called me the Yoko Ono of the Minifan world.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. I didn't know I was coming between you guys.
No, you're not coming between them.
Oh my goodness, this is controversial.
We don't tape till tomorrow anyway.
Oh, thank God.
He'd have to spend some time with his kid. He's probably upset about it.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Mike, I'm calling from upstate New York.
What's up, buddy?
Mike, so I have a couple prank call targets if you're interested on Sirius. First one I'd recommend Road Dog Radio. It's radio for truck drivers. So I called actually a Steve from Providence, but gave it a lot of southern accent and looked for directions to Saco. And the thing is, it might not be because they're really nice. They talked to me for like 2.5 minutes about looking for CVS, Chinese food, and places to park. And the second one is Dr. Laura. She's a therapist, but she's absolutely insane. People call her crying, and she'll just start yelling at her.
Dr. Laura is still on the air?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Isn't she 1,000 years old?
Yeah, she's crazy, man. But,
all right, what's the first one? Road Dog Radio, you said?
Road Dog Radio.
All right, Road Dog Radio and Dr. Laura. I'll hit those up, and I think Tim from Ken should jot those down as well, and as well as anyone else listening. Thank you, buddy.
Great, Dr. Laura.
How is that still on the air? But yeah, the shows like that are actually probably perfect. A, because they're desperate for calls, but they'll kind of let you go. Like Felger and Maz, it's like spit your fucking point out.
Yeah.
And if they hear anything slightly suspicious, they'll hang up on you.
Who was that one that used to do a talk show with the was it Dr. Love? What was the Love Line?
Dr. Drew on Love Line.
Dr. Drew. Yeah. He's still around, isn't he?
Yeah, he does a bunch of different. He has like a podcast now that's kind of similar to that, but they don't take calls or anything.
Okay.
I think that's what he's doing. But yeah, he does a bunch of different shit. What's up?
Everybody in the chat wants to know, where is Steve from Providence right now? Is he in the Dollar General? Is he going to leave that room and go buy some cereal later?
Steve, your thoughts?
This is DEC, who's I sent him on a nice picture of a rape van that I seen for sale on the side of the road. I'm in my kitchen, sir. I'm in my kitchen.
That's a lie.
Do you have anything else?
Nice, excellent.
DC,
adding a lot to the conversation here. That's a lie, he says. Well, where can we go with that?
I slept through a DC show.
I got nothing else.
Somebody
wanted me to ask that question. I got nothing else.
I appreciate it. Thank you, DC.
The poor guy, he invited me on the other day with I think Kevin and Quantum Week Chris, and I set my alarm for like 7 o'clock. They were going to start at 8, and I woke up at midnight. And I said, I texted him. I was like, I'm very sorry.
I remember in the episode they were wondering where you were. I felt it added an element of suspense. I liked it.
They accused me of being pinned under a 400-pound woman.
DEC is, I noticed this the other day. DEC is kind of in the Howard Stern career path. He idolized Howard Stern, but he was kind of with MHB. He was this wacky guy. They played silly sound effects. Now he's kind of more a serious interviewer. Have you noticed that at all?
Yes.
A little bit. Yes. A little bit. The caller did not care for that comparison.
He's very serious. He's trying to turn his career around.
He's a serious guy. He does serious ad reads now. A bunch of them.
A lot of ad reads.
Yeah, it's a thriving show.
A couple more, he might be able to get a cup of coffee out of him.
What do you think do you think he charges more than Geary? I feel like those are actually, as much as it's kind of a joke, I think they might be competing listener-wise.
Well, I think that any podcast that asks DEC to do ad reads for them must. I don't think that the shelf life is going to be very long, to be completely honest with you. I don't think that they have a lot of money in their budget, so they start at the bottom. But I'm happy for him.
He gets good sponsors with DEC.
Have you heard any of these podcast names that he's been reading off?
Oh, the podcast, no. But he does have Dr. Sheffield and Red Dogs and guys like that.
That's great, and that I'm happy for them. That's awesome. But the some of the podcasts, he gave me one to listen to. It was a how do they do it or something like that? How do they make soap or some shit like that? And I listened to it. Not good.
It's interesting. I guess good for those guys for paying for ads. That's a smart move, I think, though, because you listened. You know what I mean? As much as it might have been not for you, I feel like some of the creeps that like DEC would want to learn how to make soap for various reasons.
Cover their tracks, are you saying?
Yeah. Now this is the Steve. We've hit the point of the show.
Yeah.
Where I like to bring up Justin's analogy for cramming people through a door. Right now, you're not hearing that ring. What's happening is there's so many fucking people trying to call in, they just can't get through.
Actually, no. This time there's no one. No one's trying to call in.
Mike, another success by you, Gary. Another success.
You keep swinging, Steve.
And if you need this, and if you need something to talk about, Shuttle to Mars is a great podcast about a young woman going into New York City, trying to find her way. It is a great sponsor of the Minivan Show.
Well, check it out. You laugh. Check it out. There's no reason to shit on DEC sponsors.
It is beautiful.
I'm not shitting on it.
I'm sure it's a very good podcast.
So now question. So we've been going on for 19 minutes.
Yeah.
How long before you say, because this is more or less a go for Gary, correct?
Yeah.
So how long do you usually give it? Because this was my mistake the first time when I tried doing for Menners, and the power was out. Poor Justin did everything in his power to help me out. And,
I have you here.
Yeah.
And now even if I did like go for Geary tonight, Justin could talk to me. Whereas like when I first started, I don't know if I wasn't comfortable with Justin, but I don't know. Justin wouldn't have been comfortable just popping in without me telling him to.
Yeah.
But if I have someone here to talk with, we could go for at least half an hour or something. But when it's just me, like if you were in a brutal situation.
30 minutes with nothing. I wanted to kill myself.
Well, save us, caller. Bring something to the table here.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, we've got ourselves an hour. Buckle in. Johnny Stewart's on the line. What's up, buddy?
Any relationship advice?
John, I got whatever relationship advice you want. Was that really you that emailed in a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
So would you like – I can answer whatever you'd like.
I was wondering Steve's perspective.
So repeat the question in case Steve wasn't listening.
Just does he have any relationship advice?
Oh, just in general. Any relationship advice, Steve?
John, I might as well be a fucking priest. I haven't had sex in 8 months. So there's not a lot going on over here. I don't know a lot about relationships. I can't even weasel my way into a broad's pants. So I'm probably the wrong guy to ask right now, buddy.
I feel like 8 months is not that bad for a man of, your age, your advanced years. That's not too bad.
Fucking 42 years old over here.
Someone his age, though, right?
What's that, Johnny?
He's pretty good looking for someone his age, though, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. Steve's a good-looking man.
Well, I'm not fucking dying, but I mean...
For an elderly gentleman.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, John.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, sir.
You were talking today about, trying things and failing and getting criticized. And that's like part of the regular work world for the rest of us. The rest of us are always like doing things, trying, making mistakes, getting criticized.
Yeah. Well, I would say the one difference is it's not as public. You're not getting you're not getting advice from as many different people on what's a complete failure, what no one wants to hear, what might work, what doesn't work, that type of shit. That would be the one difference. I would say.
But you did get advice from two masters. Both Big Cat and Kirk told you when you're doing your art, you shouldn't care what anybody else thinks. You got to throw yourself into it fearlessly.
That's fair. I'm going to try, John. I'm trying my best. It is. I hate the one thing that annoys me is what's that, buddy?
I do think you've tried.
Thank you, buddy. That's the one thing I get triggered by. Is it's not lack of trying. It's just I'm not as fucking creative as Kirk. I don't come up with shit the way he does to try. I'll try fucking anything. You tell me to do something, I'll always do it.
With that though, right? That was your wise instinct during his absence, was that you weren't going to go out and try to do a fake version of the Minahan show.
Right.
But
and maybe,
you did have this incredible sandbox to try almost anything else. And probably Steve steered you wrong with the lay low stuff. I don't think
so. It's easy to say that in hindsight. At the time, I think maybe we thought things were more serious. I think maybe my mistake was I felt like, I shouldn't do topical stuff now or something like that, because I thought it was almost ripping off the show or a watered down version of the show or something. And it seems like people might have actually wanted that. So that's a mistake. And next time I'll hopefully there's not next time, but in that type of situation again, I'll know to be better at that.
So there's a big tall comedian. He had a HBO show where Artie Lang was his mentor.
Pete Holmes, right?
He was doing like Christian comedy for a while.
Yeah, Pete Holmes. Crashing is the show you're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if that's going to be your next job, I think that would be an awesome thing to just show you going out and doing promotion for comedy.
Yeah, that's. I think Ziggy Robinson suggested that today, or something to that effect. A show like that for me. The problem is I've never thought it's gotten misconstrued because I'm a fan of stand-up that I think I can do stand-up, and I've never once thought that. I think I would be very bad at it because a lot of people pointed out I'm not particularly funny. I don't think so.
Yeah, but you did talk about doing the promotion part, and that'd be pretty funny seeing you in a corner trying to say, "Great comedy show tonight, great comedy."
Oh, that's okay.
Out the door.
That's an interesting idea, John. I like that.
I love everything about you, Mike. Just keep up the good
Jesus
work.
Christ!
Wow. It's great seeing Steve. It's so rare to see Steve on the YouTube channel anymore that anytime he appears, it's awesome.
Thank you, John. And can I tell you something, John? I needed that today. I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
All right, buddy. You too.
The I love everything about you makes you want to lock your windows. No,
no, not at all. I'm not at all terrified. That's a ringing endorsement from Jon Stewart, a great man and a great man.
If I could just say one thing,
please.
Caller, I'm sorry. Hold on for 1 second. That I don't agree at all with the people that say that you guys should have. I agree that maybe something a little bit more maybe could have been done, but what are you supposed to do? Call up Kirk, you or Steve, and say, listen, is this a level 1 or a level 5? How are you feeling? So
yeah, and that's the thing is I thought it was a level 5, and maybe it was at the time, and now it looks like in hindsight maybe it was different. I don't know, but yeah, my whole thing was I was doing 4 or 5 YouTube shows a week, and I looked at that as laying low in my mind. But
yeah, but if you care about somebody, you should treat it as it's the biggest priority, regardless. In all honesty, like I don't think anything was done wrong with that, and that's kind of shitty to say. Well, you know, who gives a fuck what you guys were told? Just go out and do something. No, because if something would have, just God forbid, if something would have happened, and judging by the way Steve honestly sounds like he cares for Kirk's well-being, it would have been something he would have carried around for the rest of his fucking life.
Right. Where do you stand on all this, caller? Hello.
Awesome. You know,
you waited through all that just to hang up.
You know, and the other thing is, so I was talking to. Have you ever watched Gig Show? Have you ever watched Better
Than It Used to Be?
Yes. Have you ever watched it?
What? I think I saw the first or second episode. I forget which.
So I was talking to him, and in my opinion, far and away, he has the best show. Like
I hear that a lot of people say that. Everyone says I have to start watching it regularly.
You do have to go back and watch him. And I talked to him about how much production he puts into it, and he puts in, between him and Tony and John from Scranton helps them out, and some other people, 40 hours doing a 30 to 40 minute show.
Really?
Yes, he puts in a full, to the point to where like his old lady is yelling at him about shit around the house not getting done. But he literally did the one that they did of fishing, I think it was last week, which was an awesome show.
Yeah.
It literally took them one day to film it all, and then another day of post production. Like fucking,
he's a good guy too. He's one. That's another example where it's like you see some shit on Twitter and you're like, oh, this fucking asshole. And I met him in Saco. Awesome guy.
Nice guy.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
What's up?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Just got a question and a thing about advice.
Fire away.
I'm trying to get my wife to toss my salad, but I can't really come up with any sort of logical. I really can't come at her with like, how do I do it?
See, I think if it's your wife, you should be able to mention that. Like, if I really wanted that, I feel like I could ask Alba in some way.
That's
you
what
know?
I was gonna ask. Have you asked Alba?
No, I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in anything involving the ass, really. Maybe I'm closed off, and I would actually like it, but I've never been interested in it.
You know what, caller? I got
like bisexual such as yourself would like ask play.
You would think, right?
Caller. Listen, right. Easy thing to do. Tell her to check your asshole for herpes, and then she'll get the hint. Fair enough.
And then she'll just start licking. Okay.
All right. There you go, buddy.
Anything else, buddy?
I just love you, Mike.
All right, man. Right back at you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of love. A lot of love to you.
Well, that's the goal for Geary crowd. We get all 5 or 6 gearheads together and we bond. We cry at the end. We hug each other. It's very nice. It's emotional.
Any chance of you getting your old buddy on again?
MHB?
No.
Oh.
The guy from On Tap. He was my favorite guy.
I think he is retired from the podcasting world. I hate to put this on you for the rest of your life, but I think you and DEC may have ran him out of town.
Fucking awesome.
You know, show. I don't like to say that. I don't like to put that on you, but hello.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up?
I was just wondering if you've ever stepped into like the driver's seat of a car.
Yeah, I've driven a car technically just around like a parking lot.
I was gonna say it might be kind of a funny thing if like Steve's in the passenger seat trying to tell you, and there's a course, and he's trying to tell you where to go.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned, it's funny, when I was an intern, I mentioned that to Portnoy. I thought it would have been funny if Portnoy taught me how to drive, and it never got done. And then I think I mentioned it again when I started.
I don't know if he might just fucking have you get into a collision where the passenger dies.
Oh, now he certainly would, yes. Now he would be on a fucking NASCAR track, and I'd end up like Dale Earnhardt Sr. But back then, I think he would have gone a little easy on me. But yeah, so you know
right,
what?
Well, maybe it's an idea. That'd be kind of funny.
I like that. We can find someone to teach me how to drive. Maybe Steve from Providence.
Might not be like legal, but you know.
Maybe me and Steve from Providence toss a few back and then get in the car.
That's what I'm about.
Anything
All
else?
right, well, you guys have a good night, man.
All right, man. You too.
So what happened with the quitting drinking? Was it because after drinking buddies, you thought you had the green light? I seen some pictures, I think it was, of you throwing back dinner.
Slugging them back.
Jesus
yeah, no, I had a couple beers at the Comedy Connection the other night. But yeah, no, I would say I've certainly slowed down.
Yeah.
I drink a couple times a month now.
Sure.
You don't believe me? Is that what that shirt was? You'd see a lot more. Passionate tweets at night, I think.
What's up, caller?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
I don't know, like Mike, this seems like a pretty straightforward idea. Not sure why you haven't done it, but like living with blind Mike, just you like doing a series of parody videos, like you trying to like show you living like blind, except just have like edits and cuts at the end where it's like you trying to brush your teeth, right? And be like, yeah, look, it's just so simple, and you just put it on there, except just have like 3 or 4 outtakes where you fuck it up, just playing on that blind card. I think you could do, that could be pretty funny. They got some decent video editors at Barstool, like that they would. Well, maybe not you.
I'm sure they'll help me out. Yeah, there'll be a lot of help to me. The problem with that is shit like that. It would be kind of forced because like I can brush my teeth without being hilarious. But yeah, you're on the right path, I think.
All right, just an idea.
Yeah,
so I
no,
threw
I like
it out there because Kurt's always giving you shit about not doing anything.
Thank you, buddy.
I think. That's a. So far, there's a couple of suggestions you've gotten. People want you to do stuff. Now, I don't suggest going into the way of getting a fucking wallet thrown at your face or anything like that. But
right.
But
play on the blind shit seems to be the
well, not play on it. I think people just are interested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are interested in watching you do stuff like that. Remember that time you ran into a dumpster?
Yes. Yeah.
Like shit. Like how great would that have been if that would have been on fucking video?
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that would have been
that's tough though, because the only thing about that is you don't know. I would have to be filmed all the time.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only reason I would have to constantly have a camera on me because it's not like that happens every single day. But yeah, sure. Yes, shit like that I should do. What I'm curious about is you threw this 8 months thing out. Celibate for 8 months or whatever you want to call it.
Not by choice.
Are you not on all the dating apps and shit like that?
So you want me? I have an 18-year-old kid.
Right.
So just by chance.
You set the age limit.
Just by chance, Michael. Either my ex, a friend, my kid. I've coached hundreds of kids. By chance, if they come across me in a picture saying that I like long walks on the beach and hand jobs in the water, like just like anything. Like I don't see that as being a positive for someone like myself.
I would say you're saying you've coached hundreds of kids. I would say stop targeting young boys on these apps. Well, you can set the age limit.
I just don't think that that's something that I would look for. I don't even like fucking dating. I'm not. It's not something. I'd rather come home and go to bed.
So you're not, as much as you complain about it, you're not really actively trying.
Not really. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, then that's.
It's not something. Listen, I got ran through the fucking cleaners. I'm not really looking forward to doing that. I'll never get married again. Fuck that.
Isn't that miserable? Do you recommend marriage? Where do you stand on that? Give me some advice here.
If you like being a homeowner, no. If you like keeping your shit, no. But I just some people it's great. For someone like myself, which I don't recommend it to anybody. Yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone. But,
that's always my worry. I won't say that too loud.
You got so much to lose? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, not that. Just that if I ever do someday have anything to lose, she'll show no mercy. She'll take me to the fucking. Hello, caller.
Hey, it's Chris, visiting nurse from Rhode Island.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up?
Awesome.
Good. Mike, you should get married. Like, I was with my wife for 10 years before I got married. So just wait 10 years.
See, that I like. She's making a little antsy, but I like where your head's at.
Are you that asshole making those fucking videos?
No, I'm not that asshole making those videos. I got one beer away from a beer belly.
Because I had said, I pictured, because my Grammy has a visiting nurse, and I pictured you fucking using her walker as a stripper pole, and it pissed me off.
No, I would never do that. I'd be kind and respectful.
I don't
give
like
her the
this
dignity
conversation.
she deserves.
Thank you.
I don't like this.
I will say, Chris. Visiting nurse from Rhode Island, Chris, seems like such a straight-laced guy that I could see him doing things like that.
Did you see the video? Did you see that video?
No.
Of the guy? Jesus Christ. So there's this guy. His name is Chris, I believe, visiting nurse. Right. And he fucking takes off his clothes. He's wearing shorts that show his dick print.
Oh, just one of the Twitter accounts? Yeah.
I was like, is that fucking guy? And he's like, yeah, I'll take good care of your grandmother. And it pissed me off.
Those guys, it is very funny to me that Chris visiting nurse from Rhode Island has a legion of fans. It may only be 4 or 5 that pop up, but the fact that it's one just makes me laugh for some reason. Because he seems like such a mild-mannered, nice guy.
Yep.
It makes me laugh too. I was like, my wife's like, why do you keep calling this show? Like, you have nothing to say. Stop calling. You're embarrassing yourself. But I was like, I got fans. I got people.
Chris, we all wonder it as well, but I appreciate you doing it. Why do you hang up?
It's the greatest show on the planet. That's why you keep calling. It's the greatest show.
Chris is a good man.
Oh, not this show. I'm talking about Kirk's show.
Oh, I knew what you were talking about, cocksucker. You didn't have to clarify that. Everyone knew what you meant. I saw you on Twitter. Someone said, I think Adam the Jew said, I tweeted like, we're going to say goodbye to Last Resort. And Adam says, it's a real shame. I'm going to miss that show. And
seriously?
you replied, seriously? He's going to be on. You're going to be on here with me, Steve.
That's a bit of light trolling. That's just having a good time.
I understand.
That's having a good
time. All right,
time.
buddy. I know you got to be up early. I don't want to keep it too long. This was fun.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we could say a fond farewell to the show that was. And I guess next week I'll be, licking asshole or running into dumpsters or, fucking manning a kayak or something.
Take one more. Come on, take one more.
What's up? What's up? Hello?
What's going on, guys?
What's happening?
Hey, Mike, how does it feel to know that if you made a 7-second porno clip with Alba, that it would get more combined views than any of your YouTube shows?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How does it feel to know that? I mean, it feels okay to know. Why?
I mean, I'm just wondering. I mean, you got 52 viewers in here right now. You put a 7-second clip of you eating Alba's box. That thing gets 30,000 views over 2 days.
But how many? Over 2 days, yes. But how many live do you think?
How many what?
How many live? We're talking live viewers. You said 52 live viewers. How many do we get live? That's where the real money is.
That's a good point, I guess.
Down off YouTube.
Only one way to find out, right?
I like where your head's at, buddy.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree with the guy. I wouldn't mind seeing your cock and her hammers. I really wouldn't. I would watch.
Whoa, Steve! I didn't say anything about that. Jesus fucking Christ!
I would watch.
Steve, it's an eye. This is
got a real insight to what Steve wants to get out of this little YouTube show.
Hey, Caller and Steve, this is a group here. This is a group. We're thinking. We're spitballing ideas. There's no bad ideas in brainstorming. And I think we're working on something.
I guess this entire time, Steve's want that little camera to be pointed a little farther down.
Yes. We'll start a group message and we'll work on it. I think that's a good idea. This is a good stopping point because I think we've hit our best idea.
I mean, just bring it up to Alba, you know?
I will. Thank you.
She can start an OnlyFans, maybe.
Thank you, my friend. I think it's a good stopping point because I think we're going to leave off on the best idea we've had.
All right. Fair enough, man.
All right, Steve. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Take care.
Talk to you later, guys.
I will say, if anyone wants to buy the Last Resort KMN@gmail account, please contact me.
Yes, it's very valuable.
Starting bid starts at $300. So.
Justin's sitting on a lot of a lot of fucking. What's the word I'm looking for here? A lot of collateral. Yes. A lot of waste. Okay. All right. Goodbye, you motherfuckers.
All right.